Hi, and welcome to this week's edition of the Las Vegas Advisor Weekly Update with Anthony and Andrew. Today is Thursday, March 7th.
2024.
That's right, 2024. And the big news is the A's Stadium. It's
Right.
the talk of the town.
Well, they finally, after like a 3-month delay, they were supposed to put up renderings and show what it was going to be. By they, I mean the A's organization.
Right.
And they finally did, and it's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
$1.5 billion is the price tag on it. It's going to be a closed top, which is smart. It's not going to be a retractable roof. And they just want it to be closed, fixed closed, because of the heat, right?
Okay.
Because they wanted air conditioning inside. I guess it'll seat about 33,000.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they're going to build it on 9 acres of the
Yes.
35-acre footprint. Okay, because this is the parcel where the Tropicana now sits. They're going to demolish the Tropicana before they do it. Supposedly, this is just all the information that they put out. And they're going to build it on 9 acres, and then 3 more acres is going to be a plaza up front, which is going to be 12 out of the 35. And then supposedly the Tropicana is going to build. Not the Tropicana, Bally's Corporation is going to build a new casino on that corner. I guess that's the plan.
Which is a great corner, by the way. It's
Well-
right there by the MGM. I mean, there's a lot of traffic now, but
Well, I mean, okay,
To
so
say the least, yeah.
so you're going to have that right there across the street. You're going to have T-Mobile hockey. Then down the road, you're going to have the Raiders at Allegiant.
Right.
I mean, there's going to be a little bit of crossover. There's going to be in terms of one playing while another's playing. There's going to be concerts. It's going to be brutal. I think. I hate to be a negative. Nancy, is that what they call it? Negative
That's what
Nancy?
they call it.
Okay. I hate to be negative about it, but I mean, geez, man. You just wonder why they put them all in one place.
Well, you've been calling Vegas Cone City for a while.
Yeah.
You've been referring to it because there's cones everywhere, there's construction everywhere. And, my people from Los Angeles, we get a lot of flack for bringing the traffic, but that is not so because there's so much construction going on.
Yeah, and there's going to be more.
Yep.
We're just going to see more of this. One thing that's interesting, a lot of people are comparing it. The roof, in the renderings, looks like the famous Sydney, Australia Opera House.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everyone's saying that they copied off of them and tried to do it. They're saying no, they're supposed to look like baseball pennants. You know how a pennant goes like this and tapers down? They're supposed to look like pennants, but it sure looks a lot like the Sydney Opera House from what I saw.
I get it. Yeah, I get why people would say that, but at the same time, how many options do you have to choose from? I mean, you have how many certain, unless you're going to put a dodecahedron over the, that might be original. But,
That'd be strong, man.
Yeah.
So anyway, construction's supposed to start next year in April.
Okay.
And they're supposed to be, they think it can be ready by the 2028 season. So it's going to take them 3 years to build this.
Oh, wow. This is going to be
Fun.
I'm going to be hanging on the north end of the strip.
Yeah, no kidding. Absolutely.
All right. And in more gigantic sports news, the Grand Prix has announced its dates.
For this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, November 21 through 23.
Okay.
And they put the tickets on sale. They went on sale a couple days ago. And they run from $150 to $35,000.
Of course. Right. Well, $150 doesn't sound so bad.
Well, it doesn't sound bad, except
Yeah.
as for one day, it's not for the race. It's I think it's for the qualifying. It's either that or practice. It's standing room only. Nothing else comes with it. So for $150, you can go watch the cars qualifying, I guess.
Yikes! That doesn't sound too fun.
No, it doesn't sound great to me either. I guess you can buy a 3-day pass for $600.
Okay.
Which will put you through the qualifying rounds, the practice rounds, and then the actual race.
Okay.
But I think that's also standing room. You just got to stand. There's no food. There's nothing extra. You
No
get to see
seat.
for 3 days.
No food.
Yeah, or you can pay $35,000, which puts you in the what used to be called the paddock. What do they call it now? The plaza or whatever they call
Right,
it.
next
Grand
to
Prix
Ellis
Plaza.
Island,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that puts you right there at the staging area and everything else. Just $35,000 a seat.
Wow.
No problem, man. Well, they also say that the preparation is going to be a lot calmer this year, whereas they took roughly 9 months to get the track ready. Talk about Cone City and all that crap we went through with the traffic snarls and all. They say it's going to be about a 3-month lead up this time.
Okay, well, it has yet to be seen. We'll see. Last year was pretty rough.
Yeah, but well, there you go. Go buy your tickets, $150 and up.
Now, here's some sweet culinary news, and this is really cool. The PEPPERMILL, the classic Peppermill of Las Vegas got a James Beard Award.
Right. I mean, James Beard, the big culinary awards for, best chef, best dessert maker, best this, that, whatever. They gave the Peppermill on the Strip an award for America's Classics Award, they call it.
Right.
And I guess they only gave out 6 of them this year. I didn't even hear of that before. I didn't know. I kind of follow the James Beards because I want to know what's hot in Vegas, right? I never heard of this one, but I guess maybe because Vegas never got one before. But essentially what they do is they pick out places that they think are just, awesome, that you should go to because they're different. And the Peppermill certainly, qualifies.
Yeah.
Been in Vegas forever. It's right where in front of the convention center now, where the Riviera was right next door to it before the Riviera was demolished.
Yeah, it's kind of by Resorts World.
Yeah, and it's just, it's been, I don't know how many most romantic lists, most nostalgic lists, big food, big giant like tiki drinks in the bar, so there's a restaurant and a bar. It's the kind of place everybody goes. If you're going to go to Vegas, you got to check out the Peppermill. And I kind of agree there.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely something to do. I think it's a great brunch place.
Good breakfast.
Yeah.
Really good breakfast. Really good food all the way around. You've been in the bar, right?
I definitely go to the bar because that way you can drink for free.
Yeah,
They have video poker.
They have video poker there, but I mean, it's in terms of it's a date place. I mean, they've got fire pits in there. The cocktail waitresses wear evening gowns and serve these big giant drinks with 2 straws, that kind of thing. If you want to go to the bar, there's mirrors everywhere. That's another thing. You feel like you're in a fun house, sort of.
Yeah, it's got this nice red.
It's all red. Everything's red, right? But at the bar, if you want to go to the bar, they've got 9.6 Jacks or better.
Hey, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, 99.56 is it? 99.56%.
Okay.
And it's 9.6 Jacks or better.
So what are you losing? $6 an hour by playing that? $10 an hour?
No, not even that. If you know what you're doing.
Well, the Peppermill's also iconic, Anthony, because it's been in movies, right?
Well, yeah, it's part of the whole Vegas scene. I mean, two that they listed, and I recall Casino. It was in Casino.
Yep.
It was in Showgirls.
Yep.
Remember that crazy movie, Showgirls? Where all the showgirls are trying to kill each other. Yeah, to get the job or whatever. But Peppermill. Cool place to go see. Now it's got a James Beard Award.
Congrats. All right, and let's talk about this casino contest, Anthony.
Came through today. I mean, just in my email. I mean, literally, we were putting this show together. And it's a contest sponsored by a website called casino.org.
Okay.
And I assume that they're just, using this to get names to market to and everything else. But it's an interesting idea. Why don't you read the description and then we'll discuss it.
Right. It's an interesting proposition, and you might find it interesting as well. Okay. Casino contest. We are determined to break the 2017 record for most casinos visited in 24 hours. What's in it for you? An all-expense paid trip to Las Vegas, the best night of your life, and a chance at glory. The selected winner will be flown to gamble at as many casinos as possible within 24 hours to overtake the current record of 74. We are sweetening the deal by offering $3,000 cash for a successful new record. United States applicants only.
Okay, so one person's going to do this.
Okay.
All right, so who knows how many hundreds or how many thousands will do it. What they want you to do.
Enter.
Yeah, what they want you to do, and we're going to put up the link in the description box. Anyone who's interested in doing this, you can click through. You fill out an information sheet and tell them why you should do it.
Okay.
So I guess if you're, athletic, you go, look, man, I can do it. I can get to all these different places. Right. I can run around. I'm this, I'm that. Whatever.
I'm a marathon runner.
Yeah.
I've been training for this my whole life. I just didn't realize.
Yeah, whatever. So I don't know. It's pretty interesting. They want to hit 7, and it says gamble in, not just walk in. You got to gamble in. So we'll get to that in a minute. But I was like, okay, how many casinos really are there in Vegas? I'm pretty sure there's more than 74.
Right.
Right? Okay, so I go to our list of phone numbers in the Las Vegas Advisor that we put out monthly, and I count them up. 75.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right. Now, as I look at those 75, they're not all casinos because in there is Vidara, in there is Nomad.
Okay, so those are hotels.
Yeah,
right.
so without gambling. So I'm like, all right, that's fewer than 75, which they're shooting for. But then I realized that there's only so much space in there, so there's certain ones we leave out, like in North Las Vegas and Henderson. So we leave out Jerry's Nugget, we leave out Bighorn, we leave out Emerald Island, Rainbow Club, The Pass, Railroad Pass. There's a lot of places, right?
What about places like Dottie's and Molly's
And
Parkway
exactly.
Tavern,
Jackpot Joni's, Lola's, all these different places.
Dottie's?
I don't know.
Babes.
I don't know if they count. Yeah, right. And I don't know if they count.
Yeah.
But I mean, those are possibilities too.
Okay.
But if it's just regular casinos, I mean, it can be done. But you've got to gamble in each one.
Right.
So I mean,
what
how
do
do
we
you
have
do
to
that?
play?
I don't know. How do you do that? Do you go in? It's not like you can walk in with a quarter because they all take cash now. So you're going to have to put at least $1 in every one.
Right.
Now what? Now you play it once or you play the dollar through. Well, if you lose, you leave. But what if you win, or what if you only play a quarter and you've got 75 cents left? Now you're going to get a Tito ticket,
Right.
which you got to cash out.
And that takes time.
Yeah.
Now, also, you're on the clock. I mean, so you also have to document it, right? You have to
Some-
say, here I am.
I
And,
imagine they're going to send somebody around with you. I wouldn't imagine they'd want you to do that yourself. I don't know. But it's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody who wants to do something crazy, you get a free trip to Vegas, you might win $3,000. I mean, you're going to be knocked out you're going to be knocked out going to 75 places
oh, yeah.
in 24 hours. But I don't know. I thought it was kind of cool.
I'm going to submit for it.
Are you going to do it?
Yeah, why not? I'll submit, and maybe they'll choose me.
I'm not going to.
Okay.
I'll stand on the outside and watch. But you know what this reminds me of?
What?
This is an opportunity to talk about a book that I love.
Okay.
That we published, Blackjack Autumn
Okay.
by Barry Meadow.
Why do you love this book?
Well, I've talked about it before, and I've always said that this is one of the books that I think that anybody who's just getting started in blackjack should probably read, like first or near first, because it's not really a how-to book, but Barry is a blackjack expert. He knows his stuff. There's a lot of good blackjack information imparted there, and I'm going to read an excerpt real quick, and maybe even two, which you'll see. You'll also learn about the ups and downs. Blackjack Autumn, he went and gambled in every casino in Nevada. All right, so he went on a tour of all of Nevada, 200 of them or so, and gambled in every single one and documented it like in diary style.
And you said that some of them he was asked to leave.
Yeah,
And,
well,
a lot of things happen.
I'm gonna read. Let me read just the first start part of this. It's
Okay.
It's the opening page actually in the introduction. All right, it's called Blackjack Autumn: A True Tale of Life, Death, and Splitting Tens in Winnemucca.
All right.
Okay, Winnemucca, a city in northern Nevada. Okay, here's how it starts. This chapter is called "It's All About the Benjamins, Baby."
Okay.
All right, it says, "In Beatty, the game halts because if I win the next hand, there are not enough chips in the tray to pay me. In less than 15 minutes at the Stratosphere in Las Vegas, I lose $1,800. I am trapped in Tonopah, the blackjack game so good that I dare not leave. In Sparks, I lose in every casino but one, and in that one, I'm told never to return. Playing blackjack in every Nevada casino that offered a live game took me 2 months and 4,000 miles and led me to towns where a tourist is as rare as a Hawaiian snowstorm. I went to places I thought I'd never see and to places I hope never to see again. It was a long, lonely road, meandering through nearly 200 casinos, and I'm here to tell the tale."
Well, it sounds like an adventure.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
It's just a great book. And like I say, Barry not only is an excellent writer, he's a blackjack expert. You learn a lot about kind of like Nevada casino history. It's a little bit dated because, he wrote this 15 years ago, so not all of those places are there, but most of them are. And you find out what it's like, in Sparks, he says, which is a neighborhood of Reno, and Wendover, and Winnemucca, and, Tonopah, like he says. You find out what it's like in these places. It's a really great read. And I was maybe we'll get to this at another occasion. I don't want to read again, but I actually it's a compelling story as well. It's the only book I can ever remember editing where I kind of got choked up in one area,
Right.
where he's thinking about his son when his son was a baby, and he's all by himself in a casino, and he hears a song. Jackson Brown,
Yeah.
Somebody's Baby Tonight.
Yeah,
And it reminds him, he used to sing that to his son. It's a great book, Blackjack Autumn.
Well, Jackson Brown can really tug on those heartstrings.
Yeah, Jackson Brown's pretty good.
Yeah.
See, I don't want to read that one because I might start, choking up again.
All right, no choking up on the show, but get the book, check it out. It sounds like it's like an On the Road by Jack Carroll. On the road by.
It's a great read.
With blackjack.
Barry. I don't know if you know this. You're a comic. He's a stand-up comic.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of funny in there as well. The only problem with that book is more similes than I've ever seen in my life.
Okay.
I must have taken out 150 similes, and there's still 200 of them in there.
I like similes. That's hilarious.
They're funny.
Great. They paint a picture.
They're funny, but 301 book was a little much.
Yeah. And this week's question of the week.
Actually, statements of the week. We got 2 statements here that we're going to treat as questions.
So this is a comment on last week's live feed. It says, Replay was watching a Kung Fu Panda movie as the audio was off from the video.
Yeah, he says like watching a Kung Fu movie because at the end of the video, something went haywire with the sound. So it was one of those, like we're talking... And then the voices coming out, it was one of those kind of things. And that was aggravating. That was aggravating.
In production, we call that a lip sync, where the lips don't sync with the audio. And we imagine it happened sometime during the upload because the live people could hear it while it was live. So something happened in the upload.
Sorry about that one.
Yeah, sorry about that one. Not much we can do except get better next time. The other question, comment.
Yeah, this is interesting. I like this.
This one, I think, is one of the best comments we've ever had.
And he's referring to me when we were talking about the influencers. And I made a statement that I feel sometimes that they're hurting more than they're helping. Mm-hmm. I said they're leading sheep to be sheared or whatever it was I said. But anyway.
You're not alone in this because I hear and have heard for many years people say that the influencers online playing slot machines are not beneficial for people because they bring people in to just lose.
Yeah, but this guy's he makes a good point.
Absolutely. He says, I just want to make a point about the people making slot videos on YouTube. I don't agree with the statement that they are leading sheep to the slaughter. Besides the fact that many of them have come out and said you will lose playing slots in the long run, they allow people like me to experience the excitement of slot machines without having to gamble any of my money. I can say I play slots less frequently since I discovered these videos, but I don't really miss playing since I can live vicariously through them.
Man, that's a great point.
I know.
And I mean, that's almost like they're doing public service there.
That's right.
I mean, if literally there are people who go, this is good enough, I just want to watch. Mm-hmm. And they're not going to play a game with a 9 to 15% disadvantage, which are slots, then more power to them, right?
Right.
And I mean, I couldn't argue with that one single bit. I don't know how many people that applies to, but I think it's really great that this guy brought that point up because it bears saying and understanding.
Absolutely. And I think to the slot influencers' credit, there was a time when it's just very poo-pooed to shoot anything in a casino, and they've literally changed the perspective of the casinos. They've promoted games that I've never heard of before, living vicariously through these guys. If you're someone who's sick or in the hospital and you're sending them money to go play, that's, I've heard people say it's some of the best money I spent because I'm giving to something that I love watching.
Yeah, well, we've been saying for a long time, there's got to be a reason people watch this. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't watch it.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't do anything for me to watch it, although I must admit, I did watch one once where a guy was playing some amazing amount of money.
That's
right.
right.
I was just watching to see how much the knucklehead was going to lose.
Right.
But, no, I think it's a good point. And, we're negative about the influencers, but why are they so, popular if there's not something about what they're doing that's good? Yeah. And there's one right there.
And I want to give a shout out to Vegas Matt. He's so fun to watch. He's betting all kinds of big money on all kinds of fun games, and I think he's great. I think what he's doing is fantastic.
I don't know who he is. By the way, that comment that I made about bringing sheep to the slaughter was off of a question that somebody asked, saying, "Why don't you guys have some of the influencers on the show?" And our answer to that was, "Well, their channels are much bigger than ours.
That's right.
So it's not really any value for them to come on. But we're going to ask a few. Mm-hmm. And we'll see if we have, we'll ask one or two of them and see if we can get somebody on. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, and if anybody knows anybody, send them our way.
Not a little influencer, a big influencer.
Yeah, big, Vegas Matt. And in this week's Jackpot of the Week, I'm not going to read it because Anthony was there. What happened when you saw Randy and June at the bar?
Yeah, Randy and June at Vic's Las Vegas, downtown.
Yep.
And, they didn't write anything in. I was just there and witnessed it. Now I know Randy and June. Mm-hmm. They're LVA members, and they watch the show. I'm sure they're watching this.
Yep.
And I was playing at Vic's, where there's a little promotion that we'll talk about in a minute. And they came in, I guess, probably to do the same thing. We talked for a while, and they went off and sat down. And 5 or 6 minutes later, all of a sudden I hear a commotion, this sort of thing. And I look, and Randy's standing up, and he's like dancing around in a circle. And I'm like, well, what happened? You hit a royal or something? He goes, yeah, first hand.
Hilarious.
All right, so he's like, isn't that amazing? He goes, I was here, talking, and he goes, I'm talking to June, and we're just, discussing some things, whatever. He goes, I got the money in and everything else. He goes, I finally hit it. On the very first hand, boom, I hit the royal.
Wow.
And I said, that's a jackpot of the week. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I got the picture, and I said, we're going to do it. So not much to say about it. It's just a normal 6-5 bonus poker game.
Yep.
Right, 96.87%. But the reason that it's better there is that they have a daily play 100 and get $20 free.
That's a pretty good deal.
It's a real good deal. It's a 20% bonus on what you're doing. Play 100, get 20 free. But also, if you hit a 4 of a kind there, up until the March Madness tournament, you get your name on a team. And every time your team advances, you get free play.
Oh, wow.
A certain amount. So I think it only starts with $5 or $10, but if they win the next round, you get 20 or 25, and then on to whatever the grand prize might be. It might be 100 or 200 or something.
Okay.
So it's VIX Las Vegas, which I know that you're a big fan of.
Well, I'm a big fan. I was going to say I'm a fan of the promotion because you can sit at the bar, you can gamble, and they got great games. But this place has fantastic food, incredible service. The wait staff is fantastic, and by the way, the stage is one of the nicest stages in Vegas. It's got a really nice room for jazz, and just wonderful, amazing food, amazing staff.
It's a jazz club, and about the food, yes, their food is good, and it's supposedly the chef is from a place called the Tillerman, which was like a fine dining place in Vegas for years before it closed. It's a little bit pricey, but if you're a player, they're pretty generous with the comps.
I've had my meal comp there before. Now I might have lost $100.
Yeah,
but I did get a really lovely meal comped.
Yeah, and you can see the band playing. If you're there in the evening, you can see the band playing behind the glass, and you can hear them. So it's great. It's almost like you can sit there at the bar and drink and play a decent game with the bonuses, and get some live music and entertainment. And it's just a classy joint.
Yeah.
It's cool. So it's called VIX Las Vegas. Only problem is you got to park in the structure next door.
That's right.
But that's no big deal. They'll validate your ticket, and then it's either $1 or $2 to get out. That's it.
That's right. And it is a little bit off the beaten path downtown. It's near Fremont Street, but it's not on Fremont Street. It's downtown.
It's kind of across from the Ruvo Center. It's in what's called the Symphony Park area. So you just got to Google it and get a map and follow it. You'll find it.
Yeah, or if you're staying on Fremont Street at one of the hotels, just grab an Uber.
Look for Vegas Vic. They've got the big Vegas Vic sign up there.
That's right.
So look for Vegas Vic, and there you are.
And then you
can hit a royal on your first try. Just ask Randy and June.
That's hilarious. Yeah, congratulations, Randy and June. All right, everybody. We'll see you later today at 3 o'clock at the Downtown Grand for the Blackjack Tournament. But remember, as we announced, there is no more video poker at 5 o'clock. So it is just a Blackjack Tournament that goes every Thursday starting at 3 p.m.
Yeah, they said they might bring back video poker, but it just wasn't getting the numbers like they were getting at Blackjack. So, we'll be there. We'll be playing tonight.
Yep. And other than that, thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Remember, the more you comment and the more you share the videos, the more the algorithm pushes us up. So please do so. Leave a comment, and we'll see you next week.
Well, I'm going to Las Vegas, where the stick man, he recognized me. He said, hey man, do you need another shot at freedom and harmony with your jackpot in Vegas?
I don't know who he is.
He's the hottest guy. He's the hottest guy right now.
I'm just kidding.
He's the hottest guy. He's so funny.
He's so hot right now.
Oh, he's so hot right now.
Did you ever see Zoolander?
Yeah. He's so hot
He's
right
so
now.
hot right now. I forget what was his name.
Vegas Matt. He's so hot. No, I know. He's talking about Hansel. He's so hot
That's
right
right,
now.
Hansel.